Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another basic class. Well, this is kind of pre-intermediate already. Hello, everybody. Oh, hello, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to another class. Today's objectives are the following. We are going to learn to use the present perfect to talk about experiences and secret dreams. We're going to ask and answer about things we have done and tried. And also, we're going to ask and answer questions about things we would like to try or have always wanted to do. So, let's talk about our hopes and secret dreams. I've always wanted to go to Italy, and I've never had the chance to go. So, this is one of my secret dreams. I've always wanted to go to Italy. What's your secret dream? What are your hopes? This tense is the present perfect. I've always wanted. Today we are going to learn how to use it, when to use it. Look at the following pictures. Have you ever been to Paris? Yes, I have. I went last year with Maddie. I've never skied before. This is terrifying. Wow, I haven't seen that before. It's beautiful. When did you get it? This is the first time I've flown. It's so exciting. So look at the tenses. Have you ever been? I've never skied. I haven't seen that before. This is the first time I've flown. This is what we call the present perfect, and we use it to talk about experiences. Have you ever been to Paris? Yes, I have. I have been to Paris. That's an experience. ¿Has estado en París? Sí, he estado en París. Hablamos de experiencias, de cosas que hemos hecho en el pasado. I've never skied before. Nunca he esquiado antes. A ver, my parents have been to Paris. You have the subject, the auxiliary verb, have or has, and then the verb in the past participle. Mis padres han estado en París. Han, el verbo haber. Yo he estado, mis padres han estado. Obviamente, si solamente hablara de mi mamá, por ejemplo, no usaría have, sino has. Entonces, si quiero decir mi mamá ha estado en París, la oración sería en inglés, my mother has been to Paris. Has been to Paris. Look at how we form negative sentences. I haven't eaten Thai food before. So you use the subject. Again, the subject is the same. And the auxiliary verb in this case changes. It's haven't or hasn't. And then the verb in the past participle form. Como ven, el verbo en pasado participio es una forma diferente al pasado simple que ya hemos aprendido. Por ejemplo, el pasado del verbo be es was or were. Eso ya lo vimos antes. Pero en esta estructura no vamos a usar el pasado simple. Vamos a usar el pasado participio. Y te lo tienes que aprender. En el caso de verbos regulares, es el mismo que el pasado simple. Pero en el caso de verbos irregulares, sí tienes que memorizarlo. Eso lo vamos a ver más adelante. So let's review how to make affirmative and negative statements. I have visited Paris. You have visited Paris. We have visited Paris. They have visited Paris. He has visited Paris. She has visited Paris. It has visited Paris. So I, you, we, they have. He, she, it has. I haven't visited Paris. She hasn't visited Paris. For negative statements, you use haven't or hasn't. Haven't, hasn't. Haven't visited. Hasn't visited. How do we form questions? Well, in questions, you start with the auxiliary verb, have. How many countries have you visited? How many countries has she visited? She has visited Paris. Has she visited Paris? Hacemos allí un cambio y en vez de empezar con el sujeto, she has visited Paris, empezamos con el verbo auxiliar, has. Has she visited Paris? Lo mismo ocurre con have. You have visited Paris. Have you visited Paris? Eso sería para preguntas cuyas respuestas son sí o no. Have you visited Paris? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Has she visited Paris? Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Si queremos hacer una pregunta, por ejemplo, ¿cuántos países has visitado? Ese adicional, la palabra con la que haces la pregunta, en este caso, ¿cuántos? Va a ir antes. Si la pregunta era, ¿Have you visited Paris? Con un WH word, la pregunta sería, How many countries have you visited? How many countries has she visited? So, do these sentences mention a specific time in the past or not? Let me give you an example. I've never wanted to go hang gliding. Esta oración no menciona tiempo específico en el pasado. No menciona tiempo específico en el pasado. Y es para eso que usamos el present perfect. Nunca he querido hacer hang gliding. Hang gliding es ala delta. Nunca he querido hacer ese deporte. No menciona un tiempo específico. Dice que nunca he querido hacerlo. Igual a número 2. My brother hasn't tried windsurfing. Mi hermano nunca ha intentado hacer este deporte. No hay una expresión de tiempo específico. I visited New York in June. Here, on the other hand, there is a specific time mentioned in June. I haven't surfed in Hawaii. No specific time. My sister has studied 3 languages, English, French, and Japanese. No specific time. My parents invited me to a concert last Friday night. Last Friday night. Acá sí hay tiempo específico. My sister and I watched a great movie last Saturday. And here there is specific time as well. Como te podrás haber dado cuenta, cuando usamos una expresión de tiempo que es específica, no usamos el present perfect, sino usamos el simple past, que ya sabes usar. I visited New York in June. My parents invited me to a concert last Friday night. My sister and I watched a great movie last Saturday. Sin embargo, todas las demás oraciones donde no se menciona el tiempo, expresión de tiempo específico, en todas las demás usamos el present perfect. I've never wanted to go hang gliding. Hasn't tried. Haven't surfed. Has studied. El present perfect se usa cuando no tenemos expresiones de tiempo específicas. Si vas a usar palabras como ayer, la semana pasada, hace 2 meses, el año pasado, entonces necesitas el tiempo pasado, simple past. Si no quieres mencionar el tiempo o no es importante o no es relevante, entonces utilizas este nuevo tiempo verbal que estamos aprendiendo en la clase de hoy, que se llama present perfect. Si quieres decir entonces, por ejemplo, nunca he hecho sandboarding, el deporte. No estás mencionando, estás hablando de una actividad que jamás has realizado. No mencionas el tiempo específico, el momento en el que la hiciste, entonces utilizas el present perfect. I haven't gone sandboarding. Si es que sí lo hiciste en forma positiva. I have gone sandboarding. Ahora, si por ejemplo lo hiciste el año pasado, ya no dirás I have gone sandboarding, sino I went. I went sandboarding last year. Now, take a look at the sentences and see how we use contracted forms. I have always wanted to be an actor. I've always wanted to be an actor. We have not saved enough money. We haven't saved enough money. He has even surfed in Hawaii. He's even surfed in Hawaii. I have been there many times. I've been there many times. I have. I've. We have not. We haven't. He has. He's. Atención en la número 3. ¿Qué tenemos aquí? Como recordarás, his también puede significar otra cosa. Por ejemplo, en esta oración. He's 13 years old. He is 13 years old. But in this case, he's even surfed in Hawaii means he has even surfed in Hawaii. So he's could mean he is or he has. There are two possible ways two possible meanings. Of course, you are not really going to get confused because if there is another verb here, a verb in the past participle, then it means he has, because you're using the present perfect. Let's read more sentences with the contracted forms. This time you're going to listen and repeat. I've tried yoga and Pilates. He's never done extreme sports. She's had Moroccan food twice. I've had Chinese food several times. He's had a difficult childhood. We've been to Turkey recently. You've met my favorite footballer. They've never skied before. So remember, I've, he's, she's, I've, he's, we've, you've, they've. Now let's say if these statements are true for you. I'll give you an example. Number one is true for me. I've tried yoga and Pilates before. When I was living in Thailand, I would do yoga every other day. Number two is not true for me. I have never done extreme sports. I've had Moroccan food once and I really liked it. I've had Chinese food several times. I haven't had a difficult childhood. I've never been to Turkey. I haven't met my favorite footballer. I don't have a favorite footballer. And I've never skied before. So the last one is also true for me. I've never skied before, never in my life. All right. So remember I told you you had to learn the verbs in the past participle form? Here you have a list of verbs that you need to memorize. These are the most common verbs. Los que están en la segunda columna ya los debes conocer porque son los verbos en el tiempo simple past, en el pasado sí, o pretérito simple que ya estudiamos. Do, did, see, saw, go, went, eat, ate, fall, fell, speak, spoke, write, wrote. Pero para usar el present perfect no necesitas estos, sino los que están en la tercera columna. Do, done, see, seen, go, gone, ate, eaten, fall, fallen, speak, spoken, write, written. Entonces, una oración como esta es incorrecta. No podemos decir I have went to Paris. Porque no debemos usar el verbo que está en la segunda columna, sino debemos usar el de la tercera en el present perfect con have o has. So I have been to Paris. He estado en París. Vamos a ver en un momento cómo, si bien es cierto, el pasado de go, el pasado participio de go es gone, usamos been. En este caso en particular. Lo vamos a ver en unos momentos. Entonces, no podemos decir she has ate a cookie, porque ate es el pasado que utilizamos en el tiempo simple past. Tendríamos que decir she has eaten a cookie. Ella ha comido una galleta. Entonces, ate sería comió. Ella comió una galleta. She ate. Por eso no podemos decir she has ate. Tenemos que decir she has eaten. Ella ha comido una galleta. She has eaten. Él se ha caído. He has fallen. El verbo caerse, fallen. He has fallen off his bike. Ella ha hablado en francés. She has spoken in French. Si quiero decir ella habló en francés, tendría que utilizar el de la segunda columna. She spoke in French. Ellos han escrito una carta. They have written a letter. Si quiero decir ellos escribieron una carta, entonces utilizo el de la segunda columna. They wrote a letter. Ellos escribieron una carta. They have written a letter. Ellos han escrito una carta. Ambos tiempos son pasado, ¿sí? Son dos tipos de pasado diferente. Y no te confundas porque el nombre de este tiempo verbal es present perfect, pero en realidad no tiene, no habla del presente, sino de acciones que ya sucedieron en el pasado. All right, travel, traveled, want, wanted, save, saved, try, tried, work, worked, visit, visited. Good news. For regular verbs, the past participle is the same. Entonces, no tienes que aprenderte el pasado participio de verbos regulares porque son iguales. Los verbos en la tercera columna son iguales a los de la segunda columna. Solo tienes que memorizar el pasado participio de los verbos irregulares. El pasado participio de los verbos regulares, el pasado participio es igual al simple past. Let's complete the sentences. Do you know this sport? It's called windsurfing. Have you ever gone windsurfing? No, I haven't. Have you ever gone paragliding? No, I haven't. These are the options. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Have you ever gone scuba diving? No, I haven't. Have you ever gone whitewater rafting? Yes, I have. Have you ever gone sailing? No, I haven't. Have you ever gone surfing? No, I haven't. Let's complete the sentences using have or has. Remember, we use has with he, she, and it. My sister has been to Israel. My sister's fiance has been to Peru twice. I have gone skydiving. I haven't gone skydiving, but I'd love to do it. My dad has recently started taking cooking lessons. It has rained a lot these days. We haven't washed the car. It's still dirty. My friends haven't been to Orlando, but they'll probably come next year. The girls have visited the museum. John and Sophie have helped in the garden. Let's fill in the blanks. Remember to use the present perfect. I've always wanted to try skydiving. Really? Not me. I've never wanted to do it. I've always been afraid of heights. ¿Qué estamos diciendo allí? Siempre he querido hacer o siempre he querido intentar skydiving, que es este deporte. ¿Sí? Yo no. Nunca he querido hacerlo. Siempre le he tenido miedo a las alturas. Heights, heights, alturas, heights. Okay, let's do it with our own information. I've always wanted to try um windsurfing. Yeah, I've always wanted to try windsurfing. What about you? I've never wanted to try surfing. It's a bit scary. I've always wanted to try skydiving. It's it looks a bit dangerous but very exciting. I've also wanted to try paragliding. It looks less dangerous than skydiving and still fun. So yeah, what sports have you always wanted to try? Let's complete this conversation. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon. I really want to go there someday. Me too. My friend has been there. She had an amazing time. Have you seen the Grand Canyon? I haven't. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon. I really want to go there someday. Now, your turn. I've always wanted to go to Italy. I really want to go there someday. Where do you want to go? Para expresar dónde siempre has querido ir o qué país siempre has querido visitar, empiezas diciendo la oración I've always wanted to go to. I've always wanted to go to Italy. I've always wanted to go to Paris. I've always wanted to go. Hay dos tipos de pronunciación para esta palabra. Puedes decir wanted o puedes decir wanted. ¿Ok? Si escuchas bien, yo digo wanted. I've always wanted to go to Italy. I've always wanted to go to Asia. I've always wanted to go to Africa. And the last conversation. I've gone surfing 3 or 4 times. It's exciting. Yeah, I haven't done it before. I've never done any water sports. I've always wanted to go surfing. I've gone surfing 3 or 4 times. I've gone. B says, I haven't done it before. I've never done any water sports. Nunca he hecho ningún deporte acuático. I've never done any water sports. Now your turn. Well, I haven't gone surfing, but I have gone paddleboarding. I have gone paddleboarding, and it was more difficult than I thought. I thought it would be easier, but it's really hard to keep your balance. It was fun though. I wasn't able to stand on the paddleboard. It was an impossible mission, but I would definitely do it again. Now, let's go over the differences between been and gone. When you're talking about experiences, you often use been as a past participle for go. Por más que el pasado participio de go sea gone, ya hemos visto en el cuadro, go, went, gone. Por más que el pasado participio de go sea gone, cuando hablamos de lugares donde hemos estado, ciudades, países que hemos visitado o lugares en general donde hemos estado, utilizamos been. Okay? So, I have been to Cuba. She has been to Cuba. Es un lugar donde yo he estado o donde ella ha estado. Si yo digo, si utilizo gone en vez de been, hay una diferencia muy grande. She's gone to Cuba. Esta chica ahorita en estos momentos se encuentra en Cuba. She's gone to Cuba. Si digo, she's been to Cuba, it means she was in Cuba, but now she's back. Estuvo en Cuba en algún momento, pero ahora ya está de regreso en este lugar, el lugar donde yo estoy hablando. ¿Ok? Entonces recuerda la diferencia entre she has gone to Cuba, se ha ido a Cuba y ahorita está en Cuba, y she has been to Cuba, ha estado en Cuba, pero ya regresó. Por ejemplo, si yo hablo de los lugares que he visitado yo en el pasado, ya regresé de esos lugares, voy a usar siempre been. I've been to Cusco. I've been to Spain. I've been to Thailand. I've been to Portugal. Recuerda siempre, I've been, para hablar de lugares que has visitado. All right. In this section, we are going to use the information provided to ask questions. For example, have you ever been abroad? Yes, I have. I've been abroad several times. I've been to Spain, Thailand, Indonesia, and other countries. I use the expression several times, muchas veces. ¿Has estado en el extranjero? Sí, he estado en el extranjero muchas veces. Several times. Puedes utilizar estas expresiones para brindar información adicional en tu respuesta. Entonces, yo hago las preguntas y tú trata de responderlas. Have you ever traveled to Europe? Have you ever been in a live concert? Have you ever taken part in sports competitions? Have you ever been on TV? Have you ever done anything scary? Have you skied before? Have you ever met a famous person? Good. Como notaste, yo utilicé el pasado participio en cada una de las preguntas. Been, traveled, been. taken, been, gone, skied, met. Recuerda que tienes que memorizar los verbos, no hay otra manera de aprender a utilizar este tiempo verbal. Lee el documento en PDF para que puedas tener acceso a la lista de verbos tanto en el pasado como en el pasado participio. What can you do now that you've completed this lesson? Well, now you can talk about your dreams and hopes using the present perfect. Good job!